Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about a special set of pronouns. These are the pronouns that end in self or selves, like myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. These pronouns have two important jobs in sentences. It means that they look the same, but function differently. Can you guess their names? Of course, these are reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns. The names might sound tricky, but the ideas are easy. So let's dive in and see how these pronouns work. A reflexive pronoun is used when the subject and the object of a sentence are the same person or thing. It means the person who does the action is also the person who receives the action. These pronouns are essential. If you remove them, the sentence often becomes confusing or grammatically incorrect. For example, she taught herself how to solve the math problem. Here she is the subject, the one doing the learning. Who did she teach? She taught herself. The subject and the object are the same person. The action of learning bounces back to the subject. If we removed herself, the sentence would be, she taught to solve the math problem. This feels incomplete. We need to know who she taught, and the reflexive pronoun provides that essential information for us. Here are a few more examples. The student checked their homework themselves. The student, who is the subject, is performing the action of checking and is also receiving the action. Another example is, we prepared ourselves for the science fair. We is the subject and ourselves is the object. Or, be careful with those scissors, you might cut yourself. In all these cases, the reflexive pronoun is a necessary part of the sentence. It completes the meaning by showing that the action returns to the doer. Now let's explore emphatic pronouns. Emphatic pronouns are all about adding emphasis. When you want to show that someone did something themselves, or to highlight who was responsible, these pronouns help you make your point clear and strong. In other words, it's a way to shine a spotlight on the person doing the action. Remember, the emphatic pronoun isn't the object of the verb, unlike reflexive pronoun. Since they look identical to reflexive pronouns, you have to check their job in the sentence. Here's a tip. If you can remove the pronoun and the sentence still makes sense, it's emphatic. The sentence just loses that extra emphasis. For example, I myself finished the homework. Here, myself adds emphasis. You're saying you, not your friend or your sibling, did the work. If you remove myself, you get I finished the homework. That's still correct, but it doesn't have the same punch. Let's look at more examples to help you use the emphatic pronouns. The principal herself visited our class. Here, herself emphasizes that it was the principal, not just any teacher, who came. Without herself, the sentence is still correct, but it's less impressive. The principal visited our class. Another example. We ourselves admitted the mistake. This shows that the students took responsibility without being told. Or, you yourself must turn in the assignment. This means you can't ask a friend to do it for you. The responsibility is yours. Let's make it easy to tell the difference between reflexive and emphatic pronouns. Here's a simple trick. If taking out the pronoun makes the sentence confusing or incomplete, it's a reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronouns are essential. They act as the object of the verb. The sentence needs them to be complete. But if you can remove the pronoun and the sentence still works, it's an emphatic pronoun. The sentence stays correct and means the same thing, just without extra emphasis. Emphatic pronouns only add stress or highlight who did the action. They're like bolding a word for attention. Think of emphatic pronouns as an extra topping on your pizza. Nice to have, but not necessary. They add flavor, but the main dish, the sentence, still works without them. Okay? Viewers, if have any question, ask me in comment section. Don't forget to subscribe our channel if you find our contents useful. Until next time, this is your instructor Shahed signing.